Hello and welcome. This is the series in which every day I explore one new color, one page for each color. And yeah, welcome. So a recap on the previous episode. I have created some nice color here with Van Gogh Ultramarine. And then I have this amazing, beautiful color from Schminke. Paine, grey, bluish? Grigio di pain, bluastro. Okay, let's read it in Italian that I'm more fluent into it. But yeah, this was second day, and then other like Viridian, how, and then there was a bit mess here with this sap green. Now, what I'm doing here is that every day I try to learn new information about watercolor and how to use watercolor properly. So this channel is not about me being a guru showing you every secret about watercolor, not at all. It's more about enjoying the process of learning by doing mistakes. For example, this one, well, what I learned from here is that if you overwork a piece, it will completely lose the focus. There is a huge mess, completely not understandable what's going on. On the other hand, in this one, the contrast was way easier to understand. There is these three and it's nice. A mess, nice. So in the background, what I do is that I just don't go and draw one page, but actually I try to study a little bit more about what's like the value is, what contrast work, and also challenge myself with a stupid paper that is not meant to be for watercolor. That is the first advice that everyone that use watercolor will tell you: use watercolor paper. Watercolor paper, it has a nice texture, it's super beautiful, it's meant to be for watercolor, it remains wet. But I want to challenge myself on understanding how to use watercolor in a different way, like focus more on one single color, focus on the contrast, focus on composition, focus on like those small things that I couldn't do because the watercolor paper is too forgiving. So yeah, that's why I started. But I'm also doing live in which I show you the whole like process of like me in the background, try to understand what to do during the daily video. Today's protagonist is ta-da-da-dan. This is Danielsmith Extra Fine Perylene Red, Rosso di Perylene. What a beautiful name of a color. But yeah, this is our guest today. It's a beautiful color and it has a lot of contrast between like when it's very, very saturated and when it's water-ish, you know? And also if you use the right paper, it will give you such a nice texture. Here another example. See, lovely. But yeah, this is what I have done today. Let's drop this here, and this is the color for reference. So today in live, I have tried to replicate something that I saw in an art book video, in an art book at like the local library, but the issue is that I couldn't rent the book apparently. So I didn't have any reference and I have to go by blind. That is not that easy. And at the same time, I was trying to understand like how to create a composition of those cliffs and these three. And what I learned, it's in the live if you want to check, but this was like attempt number 1, attempt number 2, it's a mess. But then by the end of the live, this is what I obtained. And now in like today video, I'm going to replicate something like this by like using all the learn that I had during the live. So let's go back to the other side of our sketchbook and let's start with today's practice. So if you want to follow me, just follow me, please. Drop comments, help me learn English because apparently there are too many words that I don't know. For example, how do you call these? In the live, I said chioma all the time because this is the Italian word for it. But yeah, please teach me English. It's not my first language, okay? But let's start from what I have learned today by studying. So this is the thing. The cliff needs to be very, very light at the beginning. And in order to have some texture, it's good to like do kind of this movement here. Nice. And the reason that needs to be very light is that otherwise there will be no contrast between the tree and the background. And it's kind of tough to understand who's the focus of the piece, of the composition, if there is not enough contrast, right? So yeah, I would recreate the same thing, like a tree in the background with some cliffs, and then a tree in front. One of the mistakes that I made today, for example, was that here there was not enough contrast with the background because I used to put the cliff too low and it was covering the tree, and that's not good. So we're not going to do that again, right? So this is just a place to start. Now, I want a nice big tree here. There is this nice empty space. And then if there is a little bit time, I will create another one small down here. But here I need to have the main focus. And I want the tree to have this chioma, learn Italian guys, in a kind of triangular shape, right? Rather than other kind of trees, because that was the shape that was in the book that I checked. I don't know the name of that tree, and I would love to know the name of the tree. So if you know it, please drop it in the comment. Let's share some knowledge here, right? So let's start with another word that I don't know, tronco in Italian, this. And I want the tree to be here and spreading down. So my tronco will be somewhere here, right? And it will spread horizontally like this. And it will spread far away because this tree is kind of showing off, you know. I want to show that he's a super tough tree. Now I need to leave some space between the different branches, otherwise it will be just too crowded and it doesn't give you the idea of a tree if the chioma is all together. So that's why I'm spreading this like this. Nice. Then maybe there will be another one in here that is growing higher because the tree at some point realized, hey, there is a sun up. Let's go up. And that's why the triangular shape. Pretty sure that's how trees things. Right? Right? And here I'm just guessing where I want the chioma to be. I could have just created a small sketch underneath it, but I have almost a clear idea of what I want to do, so it's fine. And then I want another branch to spread in here on the opposite, right? Like this. And I really love the shape of this tree. Like, I don't know what's the name of the tree, but it was a beautiful tree. Okay. Now let's stop here and just add the chioma. That by now you should know what that is. Come on, you are smart people here. I know that you are. So now I'm just dropping here a little bit of chioma everywhere with this nice brush. This brush, it's made in Italy. The brand is called Borciani Bonazzi. 800 Sintetico is the series, number 10. Nice brush nib, I think it's in English. And here I'm just drop some of these leaves everywhere, leaving a little bit of space around. And then I want another one here. And I want them to spread horizontally, so I will do the horizontal part first. And then if I want, I will add some more in other dimension, but I want that to be really on horizontal. See? Nice. And the resilience that those three needs to have to grow in such a very weird environment, like, seriously, I'm impressed. Now I can go again on some small parts just to underline a little bit of shade, you know, give the tree a little bit more dimension, but not too much. I don't want to overwork everything here. I already overworked too much in their life. Now, this is the tree that is spreading. Let's make it actually a little bit more here and cover a little bit of this space because I think it's too much clear space. Now let's add the missing branches. So this tree has a lot of branches for some reason, or at least that was how it is in the book that I saw, and I actually like that details. It was super nice, all these small branches just spreading crazy everywhere. Nice. And then another thing that I learned was, like, I want to create a cliff that it's understandable that it's a cliff, so adding some texture, some like rocks here, like this is going down, and here is going down, and here is going down, see? And here the roots are going down again, and maybe there is a rock, and going down again. Doesn't need to be too much, it's just for the eye to understand, hey, oh, that's what's going on there. Like, this is a very tough tree that I decided to grow in a very weird environment. And then a little bit of randomness, because like, nature doesn't make anything that it's completely straight and completely clear. It's everything is a little bit of a mess everywhere, you know? So why don't we recreate the same thing? It's nice, it's pretty, right? I want to create a little bit of live. So what we are going to do is that we are going to have somebody there, like here, for example, teeny tiny bird that is there for some reason. They are there, far away, pretty, super cute. Now, I want my cliff also to have a little bit more dimension, so what I will do is just I will add some shade in here. Way too much color. Like this. Very, very fast strokes, not everywhere. Maybe here and here. Nice. And then a little bit of shade here as well. Nice. Now, I want also a little bit of something in here because it's super empty. So let's add something in there as well. Again, maybe some, I don't know, there is, need a very dry pigment here. There is some rocks, and then the cliff is going down again, and all the rocks, and the cliff is going down. And maybe there is a little bit of grass. And I'm moving my brush like completely randomly, right? So that it's just randomic. It's like that. Now I want to add some sort of splash to this to create a little bit more texture somewhere. So let me test in here before. Yeah. So sorry for the noise, but you come here for this. I could have done with my finger from the beginning. And I think this is it. So yeah, beautiful color, highly recommended. Super nice, super nice. And please leave a comment, tell me how to say Kioma, and subscribe if you want to see more. I have so many colors that I can test, and so many colors and ideas and other trees or subjects that I want to explore. So yeah, see, many. And I'm planning a trip to Japan, so there will be even more. See you guys, bye.